Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana and its dupes or flankers from my collection. So I will cover the differences between Light Blue and these other fragrances and which one I like the most. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. And if you're new, then I make videos about perfumes, beauty and a bit of fashion, so please consider subscribing and don't forget a thumbs up for this video. It really helps my channel to grow. So let's start with this one. This is the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau de Toilette. It's been in my collection for a while and it's absolute hit for the summer. It's an amazing fragrance. I think everyone knows this one. And of course there are different versions, the Light Blue Intense and plenty of flankers. I only have this one. It's the Light Blue Sun, and this one is a bit different, which we'll talk about in a minute. And yeah, so we have this one is a very beautiful fragrance that is cooling for the summer. It's perfect for super hot days. For example, right now in London it's super hot, which is what was the inspiration for this video. So I'm running out of this fragrance and I just bought this one, the Moschino I Love, which is supposedly the closest flanker, the closest dupe for this fragrance. So let's compare the two for now. So this one is more, I would say it's more woody and it has more depth and more sophistication to it rather than this one. This one is more citrusy. It has I would say lime in the opening. It's just more sweet. And they're both very refreshing, whereas this one is just cooling. That's like the number one thing that comes to my mind. It's cooling because when you spray it you just straight away feel cooler, and that's great obviously for the summer. And this one develops really well on the skin. It's not linear, it just has some depth to it. It's just, well, just more sophisticated, I guess, and more woody. And this one is just a little bit more simple, and that bottle is just a little bit funny. But the thing is that if you want a dupe, and both of them, they're not extremely long lasting, so you might want to respray them. So if you're buying this one, I would recommend a smaller bottle if you want to carry it with you, just to have a refresher every so often. And but you know, it's the nature of those fresh fragrances that some of them, they just don't last a super long time, which is okay, I guess. So this one is just very cooling. This one is more warm, more citrusy, more sweet. But yeah, I would say out of all of these, this one would be the closest dupe. The second sort of dupe, kind of, that I could say it could be a dupe, but it's not really a dupe, but it's very close. It's this one, Agent Provocateur Fatal Pink. And this one is also very cooling, very refreshing. It has lotus, so it's a very aquatic. And yeah, they just, I would say, in the same family. Whereas this one, even though it's a flanker, the Light Blue Sun, so this one is much warmer. It feels warmer on the skin. It develops. It's more coconutty. It has some apple. It has some other sweeter things like also lemon, but it's just more like a sweet fragrance. And it's not, it has some similarities with this one, but it's not really a dupe. Obviously it's a flanker, so I guess was inspired with Light Blue, and then it just has its own little personality. Whereas behind here we've got another one which is in the same family of fragrances. I would say this one is very similar to Moschino. It's a Girl in Capri by Lanvin, and this one has this very beautiful lemon. Unfortunately, it's not super long lasting, but it's very, very refreshing, and has this, it looks like a bottle of limoncello, so it's very yummy. It's just like a sweet limoncello, very light, very creamy lemon, absolutely gorgeous, and I love this one for the summer. And yeah, it's just the only thing is this one doesn't really, I would say, doesn't last super long, and it's just very light, so it's something you would top up a lot. So this one is quite a big bottle, but again, if you're you know, out and about, maybe you don't want to carry around these giant bottles with you, so you might want some smaller one, unless you don't mind having an extra workout with the weights. So it's up to you. But yeah, I would just normally just spray myself with one of those and hope for the best, hope that it's going to last, because I'm not carrying these bottles with me, sorry. So out of all of these, I don't know, I'm not sure which one is my favorite, but definitely number one would be the actual original light blue. This one, the Eau de Toilette, but I think the Eau de Parfum is pretty similar, maybe with longer lasting power. And the intense one, they say that that's the best one. I might get that one next, but for now, just gonna finish this one. And then my second favorite, I don't know, I can't choose. But if you're looking for the closest dupe, I would say this one, the Moschino. I love. This one is the closest dupe. The second closest would be the Agent Provocateur Fatale Pink, and then these two, the Girl in Capri and the Light Blue Sun, would be on the sweeter side. So yeah, if you prefer the freshness with the sweetness, then these would be perfect. But to be honest, I love all of them. As you know, I love all my perfumes, and I can't just, even though they're very similar, for me, I would just keep them until they are used up, because they're just super useful for the summer. So I hope this was helpful. If you want to choose just one, go for this one or this one. If you want a cooling effect, this one is the best. This one doesn't have that cooling effect as this one. So yeah, and this one is, I would say, the sexiest. Well, actually no, this one is sexy too. So I don't know, they're all amazing. I would just get all of them. So I love all my fragrances, but yes, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is just the most sophisticated. It's just more sophisticated than all of them. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you want to choose something similar to light blue, obviously it's the kind of more expensive one, and these are very affordable, and this one, depending on the size, obviously I think it's slightly cheaper as well, because flankers tend to be maybe slightly cheaper. So that's all for today. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.